I'm David Zinn, and I'm the set designer for The Humans on Broadway. The Humans takes place in a duplex apartment, which sounds glamorous, but is clearly from the get-go kind of not glamorous. A duplex apartment in New York City's Chinatown in the present day on Thanksgiving. When you walk in, you see both the upper floor, which is sort of the street level, and then the stairs down to the basement floor. It's definitely a place which lacks light, and I hope feels familiar in that kind of way that when you walk in, you know, you're looking for an apartment and you walk into a place. It's one of those places that you're like, you know, it's like, that's gonna take a little imagination to spruce that place up. The set has to do a couple things. It is a character in the play, and it is their relationship to the space and the amount of control that the space sort of ends up having in the play. It's definitely something that it was very carefully scripted in, and so the sort of house as character and the house as a container for surprises and mysteries and things around the corners and a lot of, you know, it's not a big wide, it's not like a big loft space. It's a place where there's like, even in its kind of smallness, there's a million little facets and turns and places for things to hide and disappear and be revealed. One of the other things I thought about as we were starting this was how to kind of keep everything a little bit off balance, to constantly not quite be able to have your footing in the space. In a technical way, there's actually like each floor is raked at different angled at different angles. So the basement floor slides kind of in one direction, and then the floor above it angles at a different angle and in a different direction. And it's also off-center to the theater. It's set in the theater at a little bit of a weird angle, so you never quite have your footing when you're watching them, and they never really quite have their footing in the space. I think it's a space where you start to doubt its intentions. It is a body, and it's an investigation of that. You know, there are pipes that run through it. There's things that almost feel like, Joe and I used to kind of would talk about it like as a nervous system. Like you are sensing this, like parts of this space, which do feel like it's breathing and responding to the things that are happening inside of it. In the kind of rafter level between the first floor and the basement, it's not in the model, but this is filled with like super dirty, disgusting, you know, like little bits of plaster and all the stuff that kind of falls through, insulation. And then there's a cutaway, you know, all the way across you see the walls, you see the basement walls are made out of different brick. You see like you know, this is the basement, so you see the kind of concrete thickness of the basement floor, and then you see the dirt underneath that. So you really have made this feel like an excavation. This is a photograph of a building in Chelsea that I think during Sandy, the whole facade of it just collapsed and just revealed and framed the inside of the architecture so intensely and kind of violently. So sorry about your apartment, but we loved that image. It was very useful to us. Stephen wrote the play based on his own apartment, which is a Chinatown duplex with into the basement. So yes, some of the inspiration in this set was my own apartment. It is weird because they're like, these windows are literally like these windows. So the air conditioner, which I've, you know, like duct taped and put a piece of foam core on, and you know, like you do to your, like, there's all of a sudden cold air blowing through your windows and you need to, or for instance, like what happened to me, a squirrel got in. So like the bathroom has crappy floor tile, it's real tile on the floor. It's based also on my bathroom. It needed to be a small bathroom, and I was like, small bathroom? I have a small bathroom. Once you get downstairs, all bets are off. Not my apartment at all. Beyond that, I looked a lot at the work of Gordon Matta Clark. There's an incredible German photographer who takes really beautiful photos of New York City apartment building basements. That was a goldmine to find those photographs, because they're both kind of bleak and beautifully habited at the same time. Even though the show has some darkness, you know, it's about love in I think in kind of a profound way, because it sort of embraces all the sort of awful stuff too, and the hard stuff. I find sitting in there and thinking about that and thinking about the love that you have for your family, how hard it can be, but also how beautiful and rewarding it is.